Hey again, everyone. When I did my box open up for the steam locomotive I showed you guys, Vincent Sanders asked, how did I make this lift out? Now, he's not the only one. Someone asked me this a while back, and I was trying to dig up an old video that I had, and I've not been able to find it, so I'm going to make it quick. I always say quick. But I hope to keep this quick so I don't end up boring anyone, but I want to show you guys how I made this lift out. Quick background, years ago, I went to Great American Train Show to find out how these guys made different end scalers that I've seen at the show make their lift out. A lot of you guys know I've had knee problems, back surgery, different things. I'm not doing a duck under layout. So I wanted to build a lift out, and I wanted to get ideas and find out how they did it. Now, some of this information may not be useful for HO or higher scale. The guys that I asked were in scale, so this is why the technique that I'm going to show you is what I use to make my lift out. Again, in scalers, okay? I don't know if it's necessary for HO. With that disclaimer, I'm going to show you what I did. So here's my lift out. Now, I've seen these things where a person just takes plywood and run it straight across. I built mine because this way, I should say, because I wanted some scenery in there. I didn't just want a slab of wood running across there. Now, you might ask why I did this. Since this was basically a box that I made and then I cut it out, I angled it so that when I lifted it wouldn't catch right here. So I'll show you this. Lifts out clean. I added my wires to put the power up to the track. They're exposed right there, but I ran them up through the bridge just because their contacts are going to break because of where you have to cut the track so that you can lift it up. One of the most important things that the guys told me, I'm going to move my camera in a little closer, and like I said, I don't know if you need to do this with HO or higher. They explained to me is how you take a piece of 1/4-inch plywood and put it underneath your hinges. So you do not put your hinges flat on the surface of your bench work or your lift out. You just elevate the hinges, and when you lift this, it clears. That was one of the most important things. The second thing, I laid my track down. I'll knock the engine over. I laid my track down on both ends and took my hobby saw, and you could use either one of these, either this guy or this one, and it just cut the rail. So I laid the track down where I wanted it, mounted it, and then I cut it. Now, important thing, when you're cutting track, you're going to wiggle this rail, and there's a chance you could break it off the nails, or I'm talking about that's holding it down. I bought this ballast spreader a long time ago. I added a piece of PVC to it just to add more ballast in there. I use this whenever I cut my track to hold it in place. See how it's made? I put it on the track. Okay, let's get that on there. I set it down on there, and then I cut, and that's just so that it holds my track in place when I cut. You could also use a gauge tool, or put your fingers down like this close to your blade and cut it. Just gives you a little security so you don't break these off the plastic. And then last thing, if you're using Kato like I am, they make these expansion pieces. So in my garage, I deal with some humidity, different stretching of my bench work. So these come in very handy. I'm able to slide these back and forth whenever this thing expands and contracts. So hopefully this helped somebody else. Hopefully it helped you, Vincent. And that's how I made my lift out. Put a handle on there and make it a little easier to grab. If you don't want to do the scenery, just get a straight piece of plywood, like so, and mount your hinges in there and just lift it up. That's it. Okay. See you guys later.